If you're planning to visit the US anytime soon, our next story is for you. Because Donald Trump's immigration crackdown just went into overdrive. The Trump administration has made an announcement. It is reviewing more than 55 million visa holders. That's everyone who holds a visa, 55 million. It could be to enter, to work, or to live in the US, any kind of visa. US officials are reviewing their records. And you can guess why. They're looking for potential violations. Again, it could be anything from staying past visa time frame to criminal activity to whatever the US deems a threat to public safety. If any of these indicators are found, the visa holder will be deported. It's a major move and hardly the only one of its kind. Here's a report.
We will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
Since U.S. President Donald Trump came to power, he has launched a war on foreigners on the American soil. He has focused on stricter requirements for visa applicants, deportation of illegal migrants, or student and visitor exchange visa holders. Since his inauguration, the State Department has revoked more than twice as many visas as during the same time period last year. But now, his crackdown just hit the accelerator. The Trump administration is now reviewing the records of all U.S. visa holders. There are more than 55 million of them, including about 13 million green card holders, about 4 million people on temporary visas, and many others with multiple entry tourist visas. Their records are being vetted. Why is that? Because the Trump administration wants to sift out any possible violation, like staying past the authorized time frame, any record of criminal activity, threats to public safety. If any such information is found, the visa will be revoked. And if the visa holder is in the U.S., they will be deported. The U.S. says that this will be a continuous vetting process. Apparently, the reviews will include new tools for data collection on the past, present, and future visa applicants. With privacy switches on smartphones turned off, while the holder's social media accounts, law enforcement, and immigration records are scoured through. There's anxiety and fear. People are even afraid to go to school or work for fear of being raided and arrested. And this is part of a much larger drive. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said that the U.S. will also stop issuing worker visas for commercial truck drivers. This comes after last week's incident, when an Indian-origin truck driver was charged with killing 3 people on a highway in Florida while making an illegal U-turn. Previously, the administration also enforced stricter English proficiency requirements on truck drivers. Earlier this week, the State Department said that since Trump returned to the White House, it has revoked more than 6,000 student visas. This is mainly for overstays and violations of the law, from assault to driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. While these moves have sent shockwaves through the country, the Trump administration is not stopping here. On the ground, ICE, or the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, is boosting operations. It is adding a new wave of agents.
I'm very happy to the fact that we are having so many applicants and they're not being deterred by what they kind of see going on out there. Kind of see a lot of the great arrests that we've been doing lately. And I think people want to make a difference.
But many of these additions will be civilians. The Pentagon is recruiting civilian employees to join a so-called volunteer force to aid ICE deportations. Selected employees will join the campaign. They will offer support to the operations, with duties like data entry, planning support, processing, and logistical support. People will not get to choose where they are deployed. Critics fear that this could spur a wave of deportation vigilantes. But Trump remains undeterred. He has set his eyes on one goal: securing the borders. The chaos that comes with it is simply collateral damage.